What's up, everybody? Your boy Sir Snack here with our first official YouTube video. I'm proud of myself. I'm motivated. I'm ready. We're doing it. We got coffee in the cup. We got the Snack Simp merch. Well, there's places you can find that if you want it, but let's get down to business. The GameCube. The GameCube turns 20 years old today, and I figured what better way for Snack to jump into YouTube than to talk about his favorite GameCube games. I'm going to attempt to do a top 5 list. Never done a top 5 list. Seen a bunch of top 5 lists, but this is going to be our own top 5 list. So, I'm going to give out my top 5 personal favorite GameCube games. I grew up with the GameCube. It was the first console I got in that generation. The GameCube came first. I eventually got a PS2 once all my friends started playing the grown-up games with the Grand Theft Autos and stuff like that, so I felt left out. But my first choice when I was growing up, I had to have that GameCube. So we're going to get over to the list. Yeah, let's go. Starting off with number 5, the bottom of the list, we're going to put Star Fox Adventure. I didn't know exactly what this game was when I was getting it. I was in way over my head as a kid. The game was a lot harder than I thought it was. I thought we was gonna get, you know, the Star Fox 64 experience over on the GameCube, which is why I wanted it so bad as a kid. That is not what we got. What we got was more along the lines of a Star Fox Zelda game. It took me a while to understand, you know, as a kid, you know, I wanted my Starship shooter, but I eventually kind of got a hold of it and understood what exactly I was supposed to do. You know, there was entrances to certain planets where you actually got to do the Star Fox 64 levels, you know, kind of thing, and that made it somewhat cool to me. But the game was hard as fuck for a little kid. I had to buy a manual because we didn't have internet. We weren't fancy. Look, Snacks is old. I might not have wrinkles yet, but Snacks remembers the times. It's been a while. But yeah, I got a game manual. I actually still have it. Good old walkthrough. And I had to use that to actually make it all the way to the end of the game. And I remember it being very, very troublesome. I actually had to get my uncle, who lived next door at the time, to do it was a button mash sequence. You had to push a button really fast. I couldn't do it to save my life as a kid. So I actually had to take my GameCube next door to get my uncle to mash this button repeatedly to lift a rock. It was a really dumb little quest or mission, whatever you want to call it. But very fond memories of the game. I'd like to replay it at some point. I have it downloaded over on Dolphin, so maybe we'll get to it on stream one day. But yeah, number 5 is going to go to Star Fox Adventure. Coming up, number 4 on the list, and I feel like I'm going to get some hate, man. I know it's coming for putting this so low on a list, but it's my personal list, so just scoot along, haters. The Thousand Year Door. Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. What can Snack say that already hasn't been said 1,000 times? One of the greatest RPGs of all time. One of the greatest GameCube games, but I had better experiences as a kid, so this is just my personal list. I'm not devaluing the game at all. But Thousand Year Door, just such a cute and whimsical RPG. For child me, it was definitely a little more complicated than it is. You know, we just replayed it over on the stream not too long ago. When I was a kid, the game was a lot harder, but nowadays we breezed right through it. I never actually beat it as a kid. I remember getting stuck on the moon base, but we never actually leveled enough or something to completely beat one boss. But the art style of the game is aged beautifully. I mean, physics, RPG mechanics rather, and art wise, like the game is timeless. It can continue to be ported. Nintendo. But I don't know. There's not much more I could say about this game that could make anyone like it or hate it. Just a beautiful breath of fresh air. I wish Nintendo would actually go back to their roots and or the Paper Mario roots and actually try to do something more akin to the first or second one. Even hell, Super Mario RPG. The later games are getting a little too far away from their origins, but yeah. So number 4 is going to go to the Thousand Year Door. Number 3. 3 is going to be the hard one. This is when I'm going to have to sort these correctly for myself to not hate myself. I know what my top 3 is. I just don't know where to put them. So we're going to slap this one here. Number 3 is going to be Pikmin. The original Pikmin just blew me away as a kid. I thought it was the coolest, neatest, the cat's pajamas thing. I couldn't get enough of it. I originally didn't get the game for a long time. I remember seeing, I could be wrong, I think there was a trailer for Pikmin in Luigi's Mansion? I could be wrong, but I had some type of disc that had a preview for Pikmin, and man, it got me so excited to control all these little characters, and dude, it was just so cool to little me, you know. We just replayed through the sequel over on the stream. We had a blast with it. We actually 100%ed it. We played the original a couple of months ago and 100%ed it on stream as well. A lot of love for that game. I love the art style. I love the cute Pikmin. I love some of the dialogue that comes out of the diaries when you complete the day. Just everything that Nintendo has done with the Pikmin universe is cute and adorable and everything that Snacks would want in a game. I can't wait to see when or what they're going to do with Pikmin 4. Yeah, so Pikmin's definitely going to take 3. I could probably move it up, but we're going to leave it at 3. So, number 2 is going to absolutely be Animal Crossing. I love the Animal Crossing franchise with every ounce of my being. The only problem I do have with it is the way they treated New Horizons, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about OG GameCube status. We're talking about what brought the series into everyone's homes. And let me tell you, as a kid, seeing all of that in like a trailer or whatever, I can't remember where I saw it first, but I remember being so excited. I was telling kids in school, I can't wait to get home and build my house and arrange it the way I want it. They had no idea what I was talking about, you know? Just being able to play classic NES games, upgrading your house. I was one of my only friends that actually had a GameCube, and that was one game that actually caught the interest of some of my friends. I remember going over to my buddy's house, and he wanted to make a little guy in my town, but you know, it was kind of restricted in the way that multiplayer was at the time. Especially, he could only just have a house, and if he would have had his own GameCube, you know, we could have exchanged memory cards and went to each other's towns, and that would have been cool, but, you know, as a kid, you don't really have access to money, so he couldn't have bought what he wanted. He was on that PS2 Xbox life, and I was on the GameCube life. You know, I was living the cute and innocent life over here with Nintendo games. We're gonna Nintendo game it up. But just so many good memories with Animal Crossing. I've played pretty much all of them. Not Happy Home Designer. I have not touched that game. We don't talk about that one. Another thing with Animal Crossing is the fucking music, man. I have went to sleep with Animal Crossing themed music on my TV or on a smart speaker more times than I can count. And that's not something you can really do with a lot of game soundtracks. So I definitely give Animal Crossing that, you know, whatever that is, you know, just the soundtrack. It's not just music, it's ambience. It's the wind in the tracks. It's rain in the tracks. It's stuff that you can hear and feel, and it's soothing, relaxing gameplay that you can do at your own leisure. And as a kid, it was phenomenal. Plus, everything was cute. It's all animals, you know? You always get plus points from Snack if things are cute and adorable, you know? So, number 2, Animal Crossing, for sure. Number 1. Can I get you? Oh, you got it? You got it? Can you guess it? It's Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion. Everyone knows that knows me knows it's probably fucking Luigi's Mansion. I've played Luigi's Mansion so many fucking times. I love the game. Fantastic game. It was the first game I got with my GameCube. I replayed it so many fucking times. I still have the strategy guide. That's what they're called. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word when I was doing the Star Fox thing. Strategy guide. That's, yeah. I still got my OG strategy guide for it. That was just such a cool and unique take on, you know, Mario characters at the time. Back when Nintendo used to actually do stuff with their characters that was a little different and crazy, you know. I feel like they play it a little too safe now when it comes to certain aspects of their characters. But I'm glad that we eventually got some sequels to Luigi's Mansion. Growing up, it was actually a little scary, you know. I don't know how old I would have been. I don't want to do the math while I'm recording. We're just going to stop that. But I do remember being scared at night playing the game because some of the ghosts had little spooky faces, you know. There was a couple of things that terrified me. The fortune teller's face was a fucking nightmare for me. But just so much nostalgia for that game. Every time I go back and play it, I love it. I love it. I didn't enjoy the third one as much as I thought I would, but, you know, that's why I use the word nostalgia. I think nostalgia really holds on when it comes to Luigi's Mansion, because the game is kind of shallow and it's really short, you know, but as a kid, I had a blast with it. I had an absolute blast with it. So Luigi's Mansion is absolutely taking the #1 spot. And this is my list, you know? No criticizing my list. You can have your own list. I want you guys to tell me what you think your favorite GameCube games are down below. I want you to fully express yourself on any of my social media. I want you to interact with the snag. That's what I want. But yeah, this has been my countdown. So yeah, 20 years the GameCube has been out. I don't feel that old. I really don't. I don't think I look that old, but approaching 30 with an Amish beard and long hair. What do we do? What do we do, guys? All you kids out there, I mean, hold on to your games, man. They only get more expensive and harder to find and harder to play as you get older. Going after a GameCube, it was a couple of years ago. It wasn't the hardest thing, but some games are pretty expensive to try to pick back up. But, you know, emulation makes certain things easy. If you want to feel like you're stealing, I don't know. I can't advocate for any of that, but I don't know. I'm glad I grew up with the GameCube. I wouldn't change anything about my childhood with the console I chose. I'm very happy to call myself a GameCube kid. So, yeah. And that will do it for Snax's first official YouTube video, guys. I want to thank anybody that's helped me get this far. You know, anybody that supported me on stream, anyone supporting me on my Discord. You know, this is my first video, so I'm a little more hyped than I probably will be as I get used to doing these. If you guys want to continue to support your boy Snax, I have links everywhere. I'm doing things everywhere. I'm telling you, I'm trying. We're out there. Come hang out with Snack. Be a part of the Snack Pack. We love you all. Thank you all. Hands don't know what to do with them. We love you.